What's up, everybody? So we're back again with one of these artist think tank sessions. And not just artists, but this can also go for creators in general. So let's start it off with this. Why are artists and creators so emotional? Well, let me tell you a story. So recently, I'm having a discussion in my DMs on Instagram, and the topic of spirituality and, what way and paths to go in life comes up. But also, in the mix of that conversation, the X-Men come up. And one particular X-Men comes up, Jean Grey. Now, for those of you that don't know, Jean Grey is a telepath. She's one of the most well-known X-Men, and a lot of you comic book readers would know her. Some of you that don't, let me give you a little insight. She's able to tap into people's minds, read their thoughts, read their memories. So as I'm having this conversation, a point was brought up to me that I did not consider about this character, because I've never liked this character, by the way, too. But this thought about this character put things in perspective for me about artists in general and creators in general. So because Jean Grey has all these abilities and she's able to tap into people's mental, their psychology and everything else going on up here, she also has to endure whatever feelings, emotions, everything else that goes with reading those people's memories. So that tells us that Jean Grey is also an empath along with her abilities. Now, this is very important and relates to content creators and artists, in the fact that a lot of times when some of us are creating, we take the world around us as a reference. And aside from us producing content or producing a picture, we're also tapping into what some of these people are feeling through whatever situation they're going through. Even with yourself, you might be putting out some work about some personal issues you have, some issues you faced in the past in regards to trauma. You now have to relive that, dig deep into those dark, hidden places of your mind and bring this out into your work. And also revisit these feelings. So in a way, I guess we're all kind of superheroes. But even with Jean Grey, a lot of times, for those of you that remember Jean Grey, those of you that don't, when she would use these powers, she would often pass out. That also showed me something else about this character and how it relates to artists. You see, a lot of times when we tap into these things, I don't know if any of you felt this, but I've definitely felt this. You definitely feel drained. You feel emotionally drained. You feel mentally drained. And you kind of just need to take a break from everything after a while. And I've definitely experienced that with certain pieces that I put out. There's so much that goes into it that it just zaps you emotionally, mentally. And it takes a lot to regain that strength again to create. Now, it kind of reminds me of something that the comedian Steve Harvey said, where in one of his stand-ups, he said something to the tune of, a lot of people don't realize that comedians live with a lot of pain. And the reason they live with a lot of pain is because they see the world from a different perspective, and they see it with their third eye. And through that third eye, not only do they see the pain, the struggle, the tragedy of the world, but they also see how they have to take this and transform it into something that people can laugh at the end of the day, that people can have some sort of comedic relief, no matter how bad the situation is. There's a bit of comedy and tragedy. Some of you may have heard that saying. This is very true, and the same applies for artwork. There's a lot of beauty in tragedy. Now, me saying that might sound a little off-putting at first, but when we look at it, a lot of times there's a silver lining or there's a hidden message. There's that irony that kind of makes things stand out to now where you look at things, you kind of see a different perspective. And that perspective can lead you to many different thoughts of how the beauty is involved in the situation. So you might have a situation where something tragic happens, and now that gives you the state of mind to appreciate what you have. Or that might bring you to a place where you analyze things going on in your own life, and now you want to make a change for the better. You want to improve things. So when we look at all of this, all these components, it's fair to say that yes, a lot of artists are emotional. A lot of content creators in general are emotional. And I think I found the key why. It's that prime example that was discussed with Jean Grey. It's that example of being able to have these abilities, but along with these abilities, you tap into these different, let's just say the minds are worlds. You tap into these different worlds. And along with seeing the good, the bad, the ugly, you're also taking on these feelings. And by taking on these feelings, it drains you. And in the process of all of this, you're creating your work. So yes, artists are emotional on that terms, on those terms, on that level. See, a lot of times when people talk about artists and emotions, they tend to link it to sensitivity. So they tend to link it to an artist being sensitive to criticism, or an artist that is not even open to hearing any opinions about their work. They don't even want to put their work out really, because they fear that emotion of backlash or somebody not appreciating it the way they feel that the public should appreciate it. But emotions, when it comes to artists and creators, I think we kind of been looking at it wrong. And I think that this whole conversation about Jean Grey that I had really showed me what the true meaning of emotions, an artist, a creator, what that cycle means. So I hope this gave you guys something to think about. It definitely had me pondering for a few days. It made me really think and really analyze things and change my mind, change my frame of thinking when it comes to this topic. And yeah, it explained a lot about myself too, and my work, and also what I see from a lot of other artists. And one thing also I should add on is that people often think that emotions in art, it just relates to, if somebody's putting out dark imagery or traumatic art or whatnot. It doesn't necessarily have to link to that. You can be an artist interested in cartoons, anime, abstract, whatever other type of art there is, whatever your art form is that you love to do. And here's how it relates. You might be seeing or sensing certain things going on around you or in the world and taking that on emotionally. And now you expressing yourself through your selected art form is giving you some relief emotionally. So no, you don't have to depict, what's going on as a lot of artists do. You could be doing landscapes, but hey, you doing landscapes is giving you peace of mind. you doing landscapes is allowing you to meditate while you're painting this picture. And you're allowing yourself to reflect on the various things going on with you, you know, whether it be mentally or emotionally or going on with people around you. And now you're able to find solutions for them, or you're able to think of ways you can now improve. So that's the key to it all. Thank you guys again. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.